Club Brugge 0, Arsenal 3. And if I'm being honest, considering the injuries that we have right now, it's good to at least get a comfortable win out of this game. Well, comfortable from a scoreline perspective, should I really say. Overall, if you look at the actual game stats itself, you would have thought that without the goals, if you didn't see the goals, you would have thought the game was quite even. Let me bring up the stats now. So, obviously we've got the 3 goals to their 0, 20 shots to their 18, 11 shots on target to their 7, roughly 51% possession. They actually had 1 more successful pass than us. They had more long passes. They only won 1 corner to our 5. But overall, looking at those stats, you would think that the game was actually quite even. And in fairness, stats can tell a lot. They don't tell the full story, but if you didn't see the goals, you would think that it was even and the game could have gone either way. However, considering that we have had injury after injury after injury, and yet we still managed to come out on top in these kind of games, you would have to think, give us a bit of credit here. But let's look at the growing injury list. We've obviously got Gabriel Magalhaes, injured. Kai Havertz, injured. Christian Mosquera, injured. Declan Rice, ill. William Saliba took a knock. Don't know when he's coming back. Leandro Trossard, apparently he had another injury, a muscle injury. Max Dowman, injured. Urian Timber took a knock. Don't know how long he's going to be out. Think about that for a second. How many players are we, defensive players, are we actually going to play that are first team against Wolves? The answer's none. We don't have any first team defenders against Wolves. If Urian Timber's injured, if Saliba's injured, if Gabriel is injured, and Calafiori's on suspension, that whole back line is going to be makeshift. And you just think that, it could only happen to us. Our entire back line is just gone, eliminated entirely. And I can understand a lot of frustration as well. I'm just as frustrated. I can't believe that this is happening to us. Genuinely. And you think, with the squad depth that we had, you were thinking start of the season, we've got the best squad depth. We're going to see this season out if we can avoid major injuries, or too many major injuries. And now look at us. We've got so many injuries, we don't even know what to do with ourselves now. We could quite easily drop a few points with these kind of injuries. But it could only happen to us. And it sucks, it really does. Because you look at this team, and you say, as a fully fit team, Arsenal are nigh on unstoppable. The only thing that can stop Arsenal is Arsenal. And I just can't help but wonder what would have happened if we had Gabriel and Saliba in those big games against Chelsea, against Bayern Munich, against Saliba was there in Bayern Munich, but against Aston Villa as well. I can't help but wonder what this team would be like, the position that we might have been in if we just had those players, those crucial leaders in the centre backs. But that's speculation, that's what-ifism. And it just hurts, really. It just hurts knowing what could have been. However, for today, we have beaten Club Brugge by 3 goals to 0 with a completely makeshift back line. And yes, it is quote-unquote only Club Brugge, all due respect. And a few things to take from that as well. Noni Madueke, that game, looked absolutely unstoppable. Got an absolutely beautiful goal in the first half. Second half, okay, it was a tap-in, but he was there. It was there, right place, right time. And we've needed that for a long while now. But on top of that, let me bring this up now. On the table, on the Champions League, we're 18 points. That's 3 points clear of Bayern Munich. Which means that if we just get another win, just any win, then barest minimum, 2nd place. But more than that, I'm pretty sure all that we need to do is just get one more point and we're guaranteed top 8. And the club that we need to get that point over, the club in 9th place is Liverpool with 12 points and Atletico also with 12 points. And look, Liverpool's been dropping points quite recently. Quite a lot, actually. I've never seen a Liverpool team that's been so poor at this, with all due respect. If Liverpool so much as drop one match, if they drop points in just one match in the Champions League, then we're guaranteed top 8. But again, if we just get 1 point in, let's say, Inter Milan, for example, then we're guaranteed to finish top 8. But for now, we're gonna have to move into player ratings, and I'm not really sure what to make of this because I found it a kind of boring game, but the kind of boring where I can tolerate. I don't know if that makes any sense, but what I mean by that is, it was the kind of game I expected us to not put too much energy into. We need to conserve our energy, and this game, really, we got the job done. It was not a lot of hassle, very professional. Let's get into it, and we're going to start off in goal. David Raya, he gets a 7. He didn't have too much to do, maybe a few shots to stop, but overall, I didn't think he had much to do. David Raya gets a 7. I'm trying to remember the squad now because... hang on, 1 sec. I need to bring this up now. Where is it? There it is. Okay, nope, that didn't come with either. Alright, well, I'll have to try and do memory here. Ben White did quite decently attacking. I'm going to give him a 7. I think also as well, not bad defensively, but I'm mainly looking at the attack because the attack was really what impressed me more. Here we go, now I can get the teams up. Christian Norgard, he looks so out of place in the defense. He's a defensive centre mid, but overall, I like him more in the midfield than I do in that defense, and it just had to be done. Christian Norgard, I'll give him 6.5. Didn't have a bad game, I don't think. Hincapié, I thought he did decently. Maybe could have closed them down a little bit more, but overall not bad. 7. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I don't recall much that he did, but I don't think he had a bad game. Again, very similar to Hincapié. I think he could have closed down a bit more, but other than that, not really much to complain about. I'm giving him a 7. Martin Odegaard, I thought he had a decent game, to be fair. I'm going to give Martin Odegaard an 8. Zubimendi, I think Zubimendi struggled a little bit. He was the one kind of letting the ball go in the first half. But in the second half, I think he completely turned it around. He got a bit more control into the game. Zubimendi, I'm going to give him a 7. Mikel Mourinho, again, I don't remember much that he did, if I'm honest. But I didn't think he had a bad game. He just did his job, and I expect that from him. Mourinho, I'm giving a 7. Noni Madueke, I'm giving Noni Madueke a 9, and he is my man of the match for today. Obviously, getting 2 goals in any game isn't easy. But the manner in which he scored the first goal was just that little bit of initiative, that little bit of bravery, that little bit of courage. And as you saw, he scored an absolute beauty. And the second goal as well, right place, right time. But that's all I have to really remember from it. Victor Gyökeres, I mean, he did good in build-up play, but it's not really what we wanted him to do, not in build-up play. But he didn't have a horrible game, I don't think. I'll give him a 7. And Gabriel Martinelli. Now, Gabriel Martinelli ran up and down the pitch, but it's so good to see him on the score sheet again. And I hope that brings in a little bit of confidence now. I'm giving Gabriel Martinelli I'll give him a 7.5. Actually, I want to go back to Zubimendi. I've just decided. I've just seen here that Zubimendi got 2 assists. So because of that, I'm going to give Zubimendi an 8. Anyways, Mikel Arteta, his substitutions made sense to me. He didn't really muck around with it. He got the job done. He didn't overexert the energy of the players. So, Mikel Arteta gets an 8 today. The referee, I thought it was poor, if I'm honest. But poor for Club Brugge. Like, I'm sorry, if I'm a Club Brugge fan, I'm absolutely fuming at him. So to be fair to Club Brugge, I'm going to give the referee a 3. I thought he did really poor. And the fans, fair enough, just for making the travel, I think they deserve at least a 9. But anyways, that's my match review. Like, share, and comment, and please do subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And I will see you guys for the match preview for Arsenal versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Goodbye for now.